This is Perplexus Epic. It has 125 playing changes in it, and I would like to be able to just demonstrate how to play through some of the parts. I'll just describe some of them right now before I actually get through it. The starting position is an easy place to get the ball onto, and it's just a matter of getting it turned around, and then it says start on the left here, and it says practice C on the right. So what you do is you just get started here, and you have to go up a little hill. That's one of the first moves you got to do, and you got to sort of just push the ball a little bit to get there. So I'll do that again. I can bring the ball up to the beginning and then just push it, and it sort of jumps right over that. But if you get quick at it, you sort of just go like this. Now I'm on what's called the teeter-totter. The teeter-totter is at number 3 down inside of here, and number 3 drops off to number 4, little gray component down in the bottom. And so I'm going to get the ball over to number 3, and you'll see that it will catch on there and tip. And when it tipped, it got down into number 4 and then number 5, and then that allows you to get onto a very tricky little part at number 6, which will be letting the ball swing down and around and then onto a long straight section. So that's how you get started, and then I'll just get you into some other kind of tricky moves. At number 18, there's a section called the corrugated track, and this little section right here, the upper side has little curvy, bouncy portions on it, and you'll see that it's kind of like a washboard. I can get stuck partly through, and so to be able to move, I can sort of just hop the container a little bit, and you can see I can subtly move back and forth. Now I'm at a section at number 19. If I drop down into this little hole, I will be at 20. It's a very particularly difficult spot that you have to just get used to. What I'm going to do is turn very carefully and then flick the container and get the ball into number 21. One of the nice things about Perplexus is that it is a portable game, and so now I'm at a park. We have a family party going on, so I just need to be able to keep on trying to get through this. I'm at number 25, and I'm at what's called the double-sided swish and fling. And the reason it's called that is because you have to go swish fling to get around. And now I'm on the back side of that same U-shaped turnaround, and then now the back side of the swish and fling. Oh, and I fell off. And number 28 is something called the uphill climb. It's a very steep ride up onto the high plateau, and then you'll be coming around to what's called Dead Man's Curve, a very particularly scary location, and you have to end up going down to here. So here is my attempt. Doing that little flinging motion, able to get up to the top of, right at the peak of Dead Man's Curve, and here I go. Yes! Made it. And now I'm at what would be the Practice A location. At Practice A, number 33, you can get on there and start moving along. Number 35 are the wire rails, and you have to traverse this by changing your X, Y, and Z locations continuously. It is a compound curve, and it's just a matter of being nice and careful, and then eventually what will happen is I will get off the backside of Dead Man's Curve, and then I keep going from there. At number 43 is a move called the up ramp, and it is a spiraling upwards movement that you go up the hill and then you drop inside, and I'll show it from the other point of view. This is the back side of the up ramp at number 45. And what I have to do is get up that hill, but it's kind of wants to resist because it's going up. So you've got to orient just right to get it up to the top and then drop the ball inside. Now that it's inside, you can see it on the back side over here. I have to very carefully turn this around, and I just fell off. I'm going to be going uphill, drop inside, now carefully turn it upside down, and fling. Now I'm on the other side of the up ramp going uphill again to 45. Whew. Particularly difficult place for me to get across, so I thought I'd try to show right here. I'm going to be going around the tube and then dropping down over this cliff onto a wavy track and then across a very curvy snake piece. So here goes. It has to go uphill, and then it speeds up, and then you gotta, whoa, oh! Okay, I'm gonna try that one again. This is at number 49. Now, I'm very carefully going to drop over that cliff. Oh, Good. Okay, the snake again. This is at number 50 to 51, and then the turnaround is 52. So, very delicate little wobbly. Turnaround is a little circle turnaround. Back side of the same piece, the snake. Let it snake itself around. There, did it. Yoo-hoo! Right around the corner from the snake is a nice little location because it is practice B at number 56. Now, a very
it's like anything, like
fun kind of place is the stairs. This is the front of the stairs. There's also the back side. So you have to go down these steps and then up the rise of that one.
But anyway.
Notice the little hopping movement that I'm doing?
Oh,
this is how carefully I can go down.
Okay.
Hop, hop, hop.
All right, they've probably seen enough of me.
Hop.
No, I enjoy it.
And drop. I'm at number 77, about to go off these narrow little forks into number 78, that little catch right there. Yes. I'm at the base jump. It's a very long move, this far. You've got to get the ball from at the top here to fall through this hole into the blue little funnel at the very bottom there. So I got to line it up right. The best place to line it up is where you can see almost down into it. Yeah, perfect shot. Now I'm inside the tube. Favorite places is the bottom side of the carriage, and you will see that there is a number 85 deep inside of there. Possibly be able to see it in this kind of glare. And I've got to go down these little tiny steps onto the back side of the carriage, which I'm about to do. I'm letting the ball hop down, and it catches right on the carriage. Now carefully, the carriage will roll very smoothly, but I'm just trying to go slow here to show you what's going on. I'm going to let it just go right across and fall through a hole right here onto the inside of this structure. And then from there, slowly just go along, upside down. The carriage moves back into the way of the ball, and so it has a little tiny push arm on it, like a pushing cart, like a grocery cart, and just shoves it along, gets it out of the way, and lets the ball fall through into a cup on this gray element right here. 91 happens to be a practice number, letter C right here at the word epic. I can get onto 91. So that'll take me straight back to where I had just fallen off. And now I can continue on my path. By the way, that is the last practice to get in before you get to the end. The ball is at number 98, and I'll carefully get it onto there. Land it into the teeter-totter, and it's sitting there nested, but what happens is the teeter-totter drops down, and now it's out of alignment for getting into this little scoop. So I've got to tip the Perplexus until the ball begins to roll across the teeter-totter and into number 100, and I'm out at 101. Yeehaw! I'm back at 102 again, and ready to go on to the serpentine. The serpentine track is a split rail design so that when you go along, it actually uses one width of track twice, so the ball will speed up as it goes along here and then whip itself around, but I have to be very careful as I had fallen off last time. Just get up the hill, carefully work around there, 103, and I did it. Okay, now I am back onto getting onto the top of the gantry structure and the gondola. I'm at number 107. Well, I will be soon. I have to go across this structure so I can get there without a glare. Get across the structure and drop into this little container. Nice. Now the carriage comes along and you get onto the carriage, which carries you across, where I could dump it into 109. Well, that's okay, because I fell off at 104, which takes me right to where I wanted to go again. Okay, here I go across. Yeah, nice landing into the carriage or gondola. And back to 109. I did it again! And number 117 is one of the signature pieces on Epic. It is the launch ramp, and a ball goes along this little gray piece, over and jumps in the air, and lands in the little blue container, and then continues on the back side. And this is very near the end because it goes to 125, and this is number 117. So here I'm going to try to line it up, and there's a little bit of a down slope right there, so it's a little bit tricky. And get around the corner and rest it. Now lining it up is the hardest part of getting this launch ramp to work well. But that hole that the ball will fall into is a fairly precise hole and will guide the ball down into the track appropriately. But if you have it out of alignment, out of plane, left or right, it'll miss the little bucket. So here goes. Oh, I went backwards. Get turned around. Get it prepared. Try to hand. It's going to be very quickly done. There. Perfect landing. And then I can continue on from there. In fact, I'm almost at the very end. I have to go, at 120, I have to go down into this little container. So the way I do it is that I sort of wiggle this until I get it just to go over the edge and drop in there. And now at 122, I'm dropping down into another little finish, or a turnaround. This turnaround is very tricky. It's like the others. I'm in number 123. 124 is the path here, and number 125 is the finish. So I'm just inches away, and I've actually never made it to the end on this model. So here goes. Careful, careful. Yes. I'm at 123.5. 124 around little wall, and almost lost it. 125. I have finished Epic.